So far this week, I've done something I haven't done in a while. I've only taken Premier rides. That's it. I'm telling you, we are going to miss Premier when it goes away in January. But for right now, I'm going to get it and I'll wait on it. And you know what? You can look here. I've got, less than 12 hours on the app for the week. Didn't work Tuesday. Less than 12 hours on the app for the week. I'm at $291. Okay. Only 12 trips. So I'm averaging about a trip an hour. And all the rest of that time, I sat and I did other things. I studied, I read, I slept, I did other things. Because to me, I just rather get paid what I think is fair for the ride. That's it. Anyway, it is Saturday. Welcome to Tesla Rideshare. Vinny Cuz in the house. We are on our way to the airport. I'm getting started a little late today. It is 14:35, 2:35 for my civilian personnel. You know who you are. We're going to head to the queue. Queue looks low again. We will attempt to see if we can get a decent comfort ride. But if y'all remember last week, man, goddamn, the Black app was on something, dude. They were really handing out some garbage for comfort rides. It was like they almost listened to all the YouTubers, all those YouTubers out there that claim, I make $1 million in 3 minutes on these apps. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They all tell you how great they are in that moment, in their market, with those bonuses and with this and with that and the other. But when it really comes down to it, if it don't help you in your market, don't help me in my market, I can't pay that shit no attention. Anyway, let's go see what kind of money we're gonna get started with today. That way. So I got a ride on the way here. It was a quick $12.99 Premier ride. I'm still only on Premier to start the day. It went a total of 0.59 miles. That's right. You heard me right. Half a mile. It took me just under 5 minutes. There's a big soccer match with Colombia in town this weekend. So, I took advantage of it. They sent me the trip. Didn't have to ask me twice. It took me longer to get there and pick them up than it did to drop them off. I'm thankful for the ride. Wow, we are heading to the queue as it is right now. I still have on the app. I didn't get any more rides out of there. We are coming in with a $2.50 surge on the app. We'll turn on comfort once we get in here. Looks like it's going to be a low queue. One of the news items this week. Earlier in the week, we noticed on our charging maps, we now have dynamic or live pricing, as Tesla calls it. And I thought I had never heard of this, but I agree with the dynamic pricing when it comes to charging, supercharging stations. If the charger isn't busy, Tesla's offering us a lower charge rate. When it is busy, you're going to pay the normal on-peak rate. I don't have a problem with that. This will help me save a few dollars out here. Listen, we're rideshare drivers, man. We work for these apps. These apps do everything they can. They watch every video, big, small, and in between. They watch every video where you mention them by name, which is why I call them the Black app and the Pink app. I'm trying to stay on that because they want to know all of our secrets and want to know how they can take advantage of us even more than they do now. So the charging, now we're going to have the ability at some charging stations to maybe save 7-8 cents, off a kilowatt hour. And I'm okay with that because over a period of time, that could be $2.50, $3, depending on your market. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys so you understand that there are some good things coming along with Tesla Rideshare. Now with that, we are in the queue. Got 250. Let's see, it says 61 to 65. We're definitely going to drop to comfort. We're going to throw comfort on, and we're going to see how long it takes for us to get a ride. We are at, let's see, it says 26 to 30 on comfort, 6 to 10 comfort election, 65 on Premier. Second ride in the books, and that was an $18 comfort ride. I think I had like $2.25 on the bonus at the time. The ride went 4.8 miles and took about 17 minutes once I had them in the car. Not a bad ride. I wanted to do the FSD thing, but you know what? You get a vibe, you get a feeling. She would have been okay with it. The dude was a little bougie, hence the low rating, but that's okay. Look, it's all good in the hood. Do I expect him to tip? Nope, because I could already tell. New Yorkers, and that says something sometimes too, like where people come from. It's not necessarily that they're good or bad or anything like that. It's just that, that's just the environment. Everybody in New York, they're very hostile to each other. You come down here to South Florida, and for the most part, we all get along, bro. That's why we don't have them problems. Anyway, $31.01 so far for the day on 2 trips. We start $53 in the hole. We have not charged yet. We're at 27%. We're going to be looking to get that big ride going north right now. I am going to drop down now into Comfort. There was a surge that popped up. Well, the airport queue went purple, but it didn't show a number. So I guess my number that I picked up, 2.25, I guess that was higher than what it was. Purple's gone now. Anyway, I'm running my mouth. All right, so we just charged up from 20% to 80% for $12.28. Let me tell you, this was the part of that live pricing that we were talking about, where now, depending on how busy the chargers are, you're either going to pay what the normal price is or you're going to pay lower. So when I first started heading to this charger, it was telling me it was going to be 34 cents. Normally this charger is 38 cents. I got another ride in between. I took that ride, dropped them off, came directly here. There were 12 stalls available, and it charged me 31 cents per kilowatt hour. So while some people might feel like they're paying more, like so far since they've gone to live pricing, I haven't paid the regular price yet. It all comes down to when you're going to charge, where you're going to charge, knowing where you're at and where your chargers are. I'm just saying, something to think about. So right now we are 4 trips in for $63.74. We just charged for another $12. We'll call it $13. $53, $63, $66 in expense. We're at 80% battery. So we should be able to ride the rest of this night and even into tomorrow maybe on this charge. And hey, we're at butter already. We are even money on the day. But you know what? These days have been starting out really good. And then at night, just collapsing. I really don't know if I want to go up north or not tonight. I might go back to the airport. It's still early. It's only 5:30. Let's go back to the airport, get one more ride out. All right, so we capped out last night at 2:03:10, 7 hours, 41 minutes. You can see it here. Did 9 trips. It was wild because at the end of the night, everything just went quiet. It just went quiet. I mean, even like finding purple little patches of surge here and there on the map. I did leave the app on coming all the way home. I was a little tired. So we called it last night. We're at 2:03:10 now. Today, the wifey had to take the car out. She was gone for a little bit. So I'm here charging. It is 2:10 p.m., 14:10 for my military personnel. You know who you are. The Dolphins did win in Spain today. Shocking. 2 in a row. We're going to get the day started. We're going to charge up. We're going to head over to the queue. You know how we do. The other thing I'm doing too, besides being more efficient with my time out here, is I'm really starting to pay attention to the flight statuses at the airport. Meaning, if I know there's a ton of flights coming in and I know the queues are low, yesterday, man, listen, for whatever reason, the Black app last week on Comfort was offering, not very good rides out of the airport, but yesterday they absolutely did. And all those rides I took out of the queue, I think it was 2 or 3 of them out of the queue, were Comfort rides, and they paid phenomenal. So we're going to get charged up. We're at 203. Right now we're at 66 plus 53 is 119 plus whatever it costs me to charge. Now the other thing I wanted to show you here too, when I started to come here, this charger was telling me it's going to be 38 cents. But you see that? It's right now it's charging at 34 cents. And this is the odd part. There's a lot of cars here. Like there were 9 cars on the screen and said I was going to be paying 38 cents, which is normal. Don't get me twisted. But when I got here, it's 34 cents. And it was full. I don't know. We're going to take it. We're going to take the little bit of savings anywhere we can. And we are now in the queue at Fort Lauderdale Airport. We got here about roughly 15, 20 minutes ago. I had to stop, get my lunch, get my little drink on. I came in with the app on. There was a lot of Premier cars, like 65 to 70. So I said, all right, let's go ahead and throw on comfort. I was in it like 50 comfort cars, but I immediately got hit with 2 trip radars. One was like, not even, it was like 19 and change to go like 23 miles and 38 minutes. See, no, that's not a good ride. And it would have put me way out of position for another ride. So we couldn't do that. Then I noticed another ride come in. Actually, it was 3 trip radars. Just they're throwing rides out. Here's one now, $14.92, 465 rated rider, 11 miles, 31 minutes, but it's a 12-minute pickup and a 465. No, we're not going to do that. So what they're doing is, I guess, supply and demand. And I get it, right? Same thing with the charging. It's supply and demand. When there's a lot of drivers, they're going to hit us below the belt. When there's not enough drivers, that's when you can make your money. So that's what I mean by finding your spots, picking your spots that can most benefit you when you need them. Well, it took 2 hours, but I finally got a ride worth taking out of the airport. I went through the whole thing with Comfort, man. Yeah, the black app was back up to its very cheap ride. So I got so aggravated, just shut it off. Premier only, and I wanted to leave on Comfort, and I'd already gotten the threat that says, hey, we're going to go put you in the back of the queue and whatever. And even though Comfort goes to the back of the queue, Comfort Electric stays there. But not even Comfort Electric was coming through with anything. So I guess nobody's choosing that option. And then immediately when it threw me to the back of the queue, it started sending me more garbage on Trip Radar. And you know what? I don't want to be aggravated. So I finally got a ride. Took 2 hours to get that ride. $21.77 on Premier. It was a short trip, nothing major. Took 23 minutes, went 7.5 miles. No surge on that ride. Haven't seen any surge today, not at the airport. It might be one of those days, man. I refuse to give in. I was talking with my buddy Ben. Ben's like, no, I'm going to take these rides. And, okay, I respect it. But for me, I don't know. Today, I just don't feel like playing the game. All right, before you complain, listen, it's only 7:23, okay? 1923 from a military personnel, you know who you are. It's just really dark. And we just did our second trip. Remember, we started at 3 o'clock today. It's 7:30. We've only gotten 2 trips in because I'm cherry picking the airport. That first trip was what, $22, $21. They threw me an $11 tip, so that trip jumped up to 23. And then the last trip I just took was a $22 trip. Premier, both rides Premier, with a $15 tip for $37. So we are now at $70.95 for the 2 trips. I don't know, 4.5 hours, $71. I mean, 2 trips. Here's the other thing. I've only driven today. Hold on, I'm getting it. 26 total miles. So, we're going to go back. We're going to try to get a couple more, at least one more. I don't want to be out there all night, but listen, I mean, Premier rides, just got to be patient. Whether I'm patient on the streets or I'm patient at that queue, I'm saving some money. It's addition by subtraction. I'm not spending as much. I'm not wasting as much. I still got 57% battery. Finishing up the night. It is midnight already. I just went to Wendy's and got some food because Wawa was packed. We're finishing up 4 trips, 133.62. Talk about cherry picking. Today was it a waste of time? Most people would say yes. It became an act of contrition between the Black app and myself. Like the comfort ride requests that they were sending out they were just not good. I mean, they weren't profitable. If it's not profitable, I'm not going to take the trip. So I did 3 Premier rides out of there. That put me at like $90, $99 rather. And then at 11 p.m., My buddy Ben reminded me that they had a $12.50 add-on. So if you take a trip, you know, it's the $12.50 active hour boost or whatever it is. So I did get a ride out of there on Comfort, 34 and change. The trip took about 29 minutes, went about 22 miles, 34 and change. Made sense, brought me closer to my house, which now I am going to go get in. I'm going to go eat, I'm going to get some sleep, edit this up, and get this out tomorrow. Was there anything I learned this weekend? Not really. Was I able to do less rides, make decent money? Well, I mean, we hadn't been doing 350, 400, and we got what? 203, 303. We get about $340. Today was a killer on my active hour, not active hour. Today was a killer on my overall hourly payout. Going into today, I was right around $28 an hour. Very selective. My mileage today was pretty good. I only drove like 70 something miles. So in that respect, I'm okay with where I'm at and what I'm doing. But we got to see how long it lasts. That's all there is to it. All right, y'all, listen. It's plenty of purple out there, but I'm not doing Playboy Cardi or Cardi Playboy or whatever it is. We ain't doing all that. Nope. You got to know when to not say when. With that, y'all, be easy out there. Be smart. Make your money the way you make your money. Don't let nobody tell you how to make your money. If they can't help you, then they can't help you. That's all there is to it. All right, y'all. Peace. Love and happiness.